Live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Okay, but Junior, doctor was trying to send me to get LASIK. Okay, uh, are you? Do you want to have surgery? I would assume if you're talking to me, you don't want to have surgery. But even though, did the doctor tell you what your numbers were? Okay. Did they tell you what your interocular pressure was in your eyes? Sally joined. Thank you for joining, Sally. Thank you for sharing the live, Pink Room. Appreciate you. No. Okay. So here's the deal. Here's what I think you should do because I don't know the numbers. I'd like you to start kind of in the middle, in that moderate phase. And the 4 and I blend would be the blend I'd recommend for you. 4 and I, that's the name of it. Number 4, ANEYE. And that's available on my website at bearcatbody.com. So I would recommend that you would start with that blend and you would use the Revitalize, the moisturizing, hydrating eye drop for 2 days. That's going to moisturize and hydrate the eyes. And then you're going to start using the 4 and I the third day. So you're going to use it 3 times a day because you're not on any medication. So your pressure is whatever it is, it's as high as it is. We want to get the inflammation down and get the pressure down quickly, and using the 4 and I 3 times a day is going to help get that done. And within 3 or 4 days, your pressure will be more normal, not completely normal. Thank you for the order, but more normal. And then within 7 days, you'll be way closer. You'll be under 20, and 20 is the high of normal. Okay. User 602-408-932-687. Did I understand you correctly when you said that the 3070 could be also used also for hearing loss? Yes, you heard me correctly. So the 3070 I know is very effective for tinnitus, number one. My mother, when as she was, at the end of her life, she had real issues with her ears, and I used it in her ears. I've used it in my ears. I've used it when I had like really serious sore throats. I had laryngitis a couple weeks ago. I used it for that in my ears because my ears were all clogged up and handled it. So the 3070 has a lot of benefits. And in the ear, you would want to use 1 drop in the ear every other day. You wouldn't want to do this more than, every other day. You wouldn't want to do it day after day because that would actually cause problems having too much oil in the ear. And sometimes it can be painful because whatever's happening in the ear, you can have water in the ear canal. You could have all kinds of infection that the DMSO and the castor oil are going to take care of. But it's got to get there and it's got to be there often enough to have positive change. So the answer is yes, it can be beneficial. I don't know to what degree, depending on the source of the hearing loss. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm going to try and pronounce this, and I apologize because I know I'm going to get it wrong. But Kalashnikov, you have dry eyes. Dry eyes, almost everybody does. The blend of mine that I recommend for you is called Revitalize. It's Revitaleys, Revital Eyes. It is a game changer. It actually not only moisturizes, it hydrates the eyes. And that is in a couple of days. You can use it as often as you need to. I recommend that people use it for the first 2 days, use it 5 to 6 times a day, and really moisturize and hydrate the eyes. And then just keep using it until you get to the space where your eyes are right where you want them to be. Butch Jr. 56. Okay, going on the page now. Excellent, Butch. Thank you. Sarah, thank you so much for a #1 gifter badge. Thank you. Appreciate that. And for the likes. Appreciate that too. I just started drinking water with electrolytes. And I bought one brand at the grocery store. It didn't taste bad, but it really made my throat scratchy. Like I don't know what it was doing in my throat, but my throat didn't like it, so I had to let that one go. And then I found another brand on TikTok and I ordered it, and I actually like it more. So I'm doing the right thing. I'm, hydrating my body using the electrolytes. So if anybody has any experience with what's a great brand of electrolytes, please let me know because I'm searching for something that I can, you know, just use on the regular basis. And I don't need anything that's wicked sweet. A little flavor is great. I love drinking water with lemon. Um, just straight lemon juice. Love that. So I don't need a lot of sweetness, but I would like the flavor to not be off-putting. Water is off-putting enough on its own, but it is what it is. Ooh, and I'm setting up my distiller. I have a friend who actually bought me a distiller, which is like the best thing ever, best gift ever. It was so awesome. I no longer have to buy distilled water for my products anymore because I have a distiller. But I'm excited to set it up and use it and really taste water that is, that clean and clear because it removes all of the nasty out of the water, even chlorine, everything. So I'm excited to use that. Got to set that up tomorrow and get it cleaned up and ready to go. And throw away my really old Brita pitcher. I have a zero pitcher for water filtration, and I have a really old Brita filter picture thing, and I'm excited to put that in the trash. After years and years and years, my mom used it for forever, so I'm really excited to let that go and jump into something new, to say the least. Okay, I'm surprised. We got 38 people in the room and nobody has any questions. We have 10,500 likes. You guys are on fire tonight. Thank you so much. That's fabulous. You guys get cheers. One more. Okay. Hello. User 602-408-9532. I can't see the rest of it. Are you there? Hello? User 602-408-953687. Thank you for the sale. Thank you for the sale. Are you there? Can you hear me? All right. Well, you're not talking to me, so I'm going to drop you down. If you want to come back up, you're welcome to come back up and try it again. I don't know why I can't get to the page where I can. There we go. Well, I hear you breathing, but I don't know why you're not talking to me. Okay. Claudia Gonzalez, 3393, says, if I got surgery for cataracts and also have pressure on the left eye, like 29, uh, what can I take? You would need the 4 and I. 29, you definitely need the 4 and I. And cataract surgery doesn't matter. These blends won't affect the IOL, the interocular lens that is replacement during cataract surgery. So 4 and I would be the blend that I'd recommend for you with a pressure at 29. I normally say if your pressure is 20 or below and you're trying to reduce it, the 30/70 blend is the blend I recommend. If you're 21 to 33, the 4 and I is what I recommend. And if you're 33 and up, I recommend 4 and I plus the 40/60. So, because at that advanced level, you really need to get the pressure down and keep it down to reduce the option, significantly reduce the options for optic nerve damage. So, Claudia, 4 and I is the blend I recommend for you. And Jodio says, try electrolyte powder by Micro Ingredients. Tastes great. Really? Really, really, really. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Micro Ingredients. I'm just going to put it in my phone. Okay, hang on a second. There we go. Give me just a minute. I'm putting somebody in my phone. There we go. Okay, PC Wendy 12. I got you in on my WhatsApp. So we're connected on WhatsApp now. All right. Cheryl says, hello, what can I do about floaters in the eye? The 30/70 is what you want for floaters, without a doubt, a 30/70 blend. And you'll find it on my website at bearcatbody.com. All right, Dion 36732. I thought the 1 ounce in the 4060 was already available. I'm gonna check on that right now. Hang on. Let me look at the website real quick. Hang on. Ooh, it does say unavailable. I gotta figure why that is. That's weird. Thank you for letting me know about that. All right. On just on the face, I can't really see why it's like that. But I will have my webmaster take care of that. Hey, Coco's here.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. Just got off work, so
No
I'll be
worries.
driving in a second, but I wanted to come into the comments real quick.
I appreciate you. I've been up here fumbling all night, so.
No problem. Get you started. Let's see here. So Athena, she received her eye drops. Did you already answer Caroline? She said, what is the best thing to use for cataracts? They're moderate. I put in the comments 3070, unless you wanted to add to that. And I also gave her the website.
Okay.
PC Wendy 12. She's trying to purchase from New Zealand, and the postage came up to $71.
Yes. I just added her to WhatsApp so that I can communicate with her. I'm trying to look for alternatives that might be less expensive than, what's available on the website. Maybe FedEx, maybe DHL. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see here. User 376-4703-43-2437. What do you do for readers in struggling distance? I referred her to the 3070.
3070, that's the game.
Indog, how get rid of floaters. I also recommend 3070.
Yeah, Indog already bought his 3070.
Let's see, Butcher Junior 56. I remember we talked to you a couple days ago.
Yes,
I think.
yeah.
He stated glaucoma in one eye. What need get and how to use. Butch, if you could let us know if it's mild or moderate or if it's severe glaucoma so we can refer you to the best product on the website.
Yeah, I think I referred Butch to the foreign eye because he didn't know what his interocular pressure was, and I think the foreign eye
the
would
doctor's trying to send him to get
LASIK.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so foreign eye and 4060. And NDOG is going to order now. Way to go, way to go.
Already ordered, handled it. I love that decisiveness. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Do it, do it. Let's see, where did I stop at?
I'm on Cheryl. Cheryl says, hello, what can I do about floaters in the eye? What can she do about floaters in the eye, Coco?
37.
There you go. There you go. 3070 all day long. Yes, the 3070 blend is the blend you want. It's 30% DMSO, 70% castor oil, and you drop it in your eye twice a day, morning and evening. You want to hydrate and moisturize the eyes for 2 days before you start using the 3070. And you do that by using the Revitalize, which is a free companion eye drop that is a moisturizer and hydrator. You drop it in the eye 5 to 6 times a day for 2 days, and then you start using the 3070 morning and evening.
Yes, indeed. I'm not for sure if you answered this one for Claudia Gonzalez 3393. If I got surgery for cataracts and also have pressure on left eye like 29, I indicated foreign eye and 4060 unless you recommend them.
She doesn't need the 40. She doesn't need the 4060, but she does need the foreign eye.
Okay.
Foreign eye, 100%. You don't need 4060 until the pressure is up around 33. So Drip Lord says, I have swelling behind my left eye and bleeding. What can you recommend? I first want to know, Drip Lord, are you diagnosed with diabetic retinopathy? Or have you been diagnosed with any other, type of serious eye issue like macular degeneration? I'd want to know that. But the thing that I would recommend is absolutely the foreign eye. And depending on how serious the swelling is, so if the interocular pressure is above 30, I would absolutely recommend you get the 4060 also. Debbie Grubbs 615 says burning eyes help. So if you've got burning eyes, what you need is Revitalize. You need that moisturizing, hydrating eye drop. You might even want to use both of my standard eye drops, which are Revitalize and a new one that's called Luster Elixir. But I would absolutely get Revitalize in your eyes as quickly as possible and use it 5 or 6 times a day for as many days as it takes for the burning to subside. And then I would want to talk about what is the cause of the burning and what eye drops are going to benefit you in dealing with the causation.
We have the Wayfair up on the chat.
Hello, hey!
Hi guys.
Hi.
The 3070 for the floaters. What about for the retina scar or like a retina tear?
You have a retinal tear?
Yeah, like the doctor's, the ophthalmologist said a small retina tear.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would still stick with the 3070. I would just increase the use of the 3070 to 3 times a day until that tear is repaired, and then drop it to 2 times a day.
Perfect. Okay. So 3070 is the best one for that sort of condition.
Absolutely.
And then also, like, what about dry eyes and blepharitis?
The Revitalize, you're going to get that with the 3070. It's a companion product. You get it at no additional cost. And that is going to just totally handle the blepharitis and the dry eye.
Brilliant. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Always welcome. Anytime you come with that voice, you're good with me.
Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good one.
Okay, you too. Like, yeah, he could read me the telephone book. It's just
Right, that's how very calm and soothing voice.
yes, exactly, exactly. That's the person you like. He's reading a book out loud. You just stand there and listen.
I was just gonna say audiobooks. Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Got a whole new career for him.
Yes.
Hi says, how can we get your eye drops? Well, it's pretty easy. You're going to go to my website. The website is bearcatbody.com. It's BARECATBODY.com. Go to the website, and you'll find all kinds of little tabs on the home page for eye care, or you can click on shop and then click on eye care, and that will take you to the eye care page, and all of the products are right there. So I gotta do an update on the website.
We have PhD Designs. I asked her to come up on the chat real quick. Let's see, where was it? I have glaucoma, severe dry eye with styes and uveitis.
Uveitis.
I will jack up a word.
Don't even talk to me, girl. If I didn't have months and years ahead of you in looking at all these words, you have no idea the first 6 months what I was saying.
Oh my goodness. And she's actually up on the panel to chat.
Yay, come on up.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I just ran across your live and I was very interested because I suffer from glaucoma. I have 2 tubes in each eye. Well, tubes in each eye.
Yeah.
I underwent a 4-hour eye reconstruction at my vascular palmars. And currently I have severe dry eyes and I have styes. On my right eye, I have 4 styes.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. Within the last couple of months, I had double styes on my top eyelids on both eyes, and they lanced them off. And they're just coming like nobody business.
Yes, because your eyes are way too dry.
I went to the doctor yesterday, and they put me on a medication.
Is it a steroid?
It starts with an X.
Is it a steroid? They put you on Zydra? Did they put you on Zydra?
Yes, I'm on Zydra, and I have uveitis, iritis, really bad. I've been on Durezol since 2016.
Oh my gosh.
I had cornea edema. No one here in Jacksonville could help me, so I had to go to Baskin Palmer's in Miami. So I've had approximately 15 surgeries between both eyes.
Can you see?
I can see out of my right eye, which I have a tube. It's a raised flap, and that's in my left eye. I'm sorry. And in my right eye, I did go blind. My eye was sky blue, and I did not have a pupil. And when I underwent the 4-hour surgery at Baskin Palmer's, they did give me a pupil. And I just got a lens so I can see a little bit. I'm reading 20, they said 20/60 out of that eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. These people have been using you like a pincushion.
Yeah.
So first of all, we got to get rid of the dry eye, because that's what's going to get rid of the styes constantly forming. So that is the revitalize, without a doubt. And you actually need to deal with you need to deal with any infection in the eye. You need to deal with bacteria in the eye, all of that. The other drop that I'm going to recommend that you're going to get is called Luster Elixir. And then you're going to need the 4NI. It's called 4NI. And you're going to need the 3070. Like, I need to send you everything I got. But you're going to need to start with the Revitalize, and you need to use that for probably 3 or 4 days, 5 to 6 times a day, to really hydrate your eyes back to some level of normalcy. We got to start there. And then we're going to start using the 3070 along with the Revitalize every single day. And we're going to roll into the 4NI. So boom, boom, boom. The 3070 is going to balance the eye health. So that's the first thing we're going to want to do, is balance the eye health. The 4NI is going to deal with the edema. So we're going to get there, but it'll probably take 2 weeks to get to the point where your eye is going to be, it's going to benefit from 4NI, and it's not going to just like roll off the eye, like putting water on a duck's back. We got to get your eye in good enough condition to actually absorb the product.
Okay. Is there any way I can inbox you to get all of that information? Because that's a lot for me right now.
Yeah, no, 100%, absolutely. And my phone number is right above my head.
Okay.
And if you can you read it?
Yes.
Okay. Because if not, we'll, Coco can inbox it to you. But I would want you to call me as soon as you can. And then let's get you started, because you're in Jacksonville. I'm in Clearwater, Florida. So, hey, neighbor.
Just have to ride there.
No, but like if I put something in the mail to you tomorrow, it's going to be there the next day, which is huge, because there's a piece of me that wants to like get your address right freaking now and send you a box with Revitalize, just 6 bottles of Revitalize. You all this before we talk again. But that
which items that you recommended?
So the 3070, the Revitalize, and the and 4NI, and the Luster Elixir. So both of my common eye drops and the more medicated type eye drops, but although it's not medication. However, that would be.
I'll make sure I send it to her DM on TikTok.
Okay.
So just kind of look out for me. It's not going to be right this second because I'm driving, but I'll send that to you shortly. Probably after the live, because otherwise it'll keep kicking me out. But,
right.
I'll get that to you.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
No, yeah, and what I want you to do with the Revitalize is I want you to use it when you use the Xiidra. I want you to use it before the Xiidra and then after the Xiidra. So before you drop the Xiidra, do the Revitalize, and then afterwards also, because Xiidra is very drying to the eye.
Wow.
So whatever it's helping, it's hurting other stuff.
Gotcha.
And the shunts that you have in your eye, that's to keep drainage open. Is that what those are for?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to get on these drops, and the next time you see an eye doctor, you're going to get those taken out.
Oh, wow. I would love that.
You're gonna have that without a doubt, because you will never get normalized operation of the processing of the aqueous humor in the eye with those shunts in. You're gonna.
And I'm currently not on any glaucoma medication since the shunts has been in the eye. The pressure in the right eye is 5.
5?
Yes.
Well, that's why you got issues there. Has anybody told you have hypotony?
No.
Okay. I want to get on a horse and ride through your town and shoot it up. Like, what are these people doing? No, your pressure is too low. So your pressure in your eye is not supposed to be below 6. Your optic nerve cannot operate properly. Thank you for the sale. So we got work to do. I need you to, we got to talk like tomorrow, and I need to get all your information so I can send you a box tomorrow.
Most definitely. Thank you so much.
No, you're more than welcome. And I am not a medical eye healthcare professional, but I want to apologize for everybody who's done what they've done to your eyes. Like they've not. I know they wanted to serve you, but they've not served you.
Yeah. And I got so desperate. I flew to Miami like the next morning to go to Baskin Palmer's because that's Baskin Palmer's,
Yes.
and they were the ones who they did all kind of testing that I never had gotten here in Jacksonville, and even Mayo Clinic couldn't help me. And when I got to Miami, my life turned back around when I was able to see the big E again.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. And I totally understand that, but to me it's like you're gonna tear a mountain down to build a mountain. So why do that? Why not just let it be what it is and don't tear it down so you can rebuild it? Just let's figure out what we need to do to fix it. And I think we're absolutely going to fix the dry eye without a doubt. We're definitely going to fix the pressure in the eye. Those two things 100%. And then we're going to talk about where your eyes are. Once you get those two things done, we can really assess where your eyes are and what needs to happen next.
Okay. Thank you again.
No, you're welcome. You're more than welcome. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much for coming up. I really appreciate you. Okay. That hurts my heart. It just hurts my heart. Okay. AMAC 413, macular degeneration here, was taking shots of Isla. Can your product benefit me? Yes, I do believe so. I do believe so. I would recommend you're going to want to use the 4 and I. You're going to want to use the 4 and I. You're going to want to use the Revitalize without a doubt. And we're going to put the 4 and I in a protocol for 2 weeks. We're going to do 4 times a day. And then after that, you're going to do twice a day with macular degeneration. Okay? 4 and I. Hey, Monk's in the room. Scorpion Queen 1966. Just ordered 3070. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. So, everybody, I want you to know something. If you're on the site ordering, don't order the Revitalize. It is a companion product. You get it free anyway. So, if you order the 3070, you're going to get a bottle of the Revitalize. If you order the 4 and I, you're going to get a bottle of the Revitalize. If you order the 3070, the 4060, and the 4 and I, you're going to get 3 bottles of the Revitalize. So it comes along with it. So don't feel like you need to purchase it separately or you need to add it to your cart. It's going to automatically add to your cart at no cost.
Okay, I have Debbie Grubb 615. If you could click the request button to come up to chat. I wasn't able to see you in the queue. It could be your account is private, but if you can click the request button and come up to chat. Also, Chica 1152. I'm so sorry. I was not trying to send that comment to you. That last one, that was actually for PhD Designs. However, I'm not able to see your name also in the
Coco, we're losing you. So if you can't come up on the chat through TikTok, you can call me. My phone number is right here, right above my head. You can call me, and I can talk to you on during the live. So if that's something that you want to do, you can do that. Okay, Tom's Denise says this thing is what? Tom's Denise says the sting is lessening. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. The sting is lessening. That happens. So the more you use the Revitalize, the sting will get significantly less severe to the point where you don't have any sting at all. So the Revitalize is always going to have a little bit of a sting. It's going to last just a second or two, and then that's that. But that's just the nature of that particular drop. X is the 3070 supposed to burn? Yes, it will burn if your eyes are dry. So use the Revitalize, hydrate your eyes. You can either use the Revitalize right before you use the 3070, and it will dumb down the sting or burn without a doubt. But using it 5 or 6 times a day for a couple of days will actually hydrate and moisturize the eyes to the point where you don't, feel any sting or burn anytime that you use the 3070. Okay, and I don't remember who, but somebody was trying to order the 4060 and it was unavailable on the website. My webmaster has fixed that, so that's all taken care of. And I'm getting a phone call. Hello, this is Leslie.
Good night. This is Leslie. This is I sent you some eye drops. Those are the eye drops I had for the eyes.
Yes.
I didn't get any response.
Well, hang on a second. I'm on live on TikTok right now. So are you okay? You okay talking to me on live on TikTok?
No problem.
Okay. All right. So explain to me what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I sent you some eye drops. Those are the eye drops they gave me for the eye.
That your doctor gave you?
Yes.
Okay. And you sent me like a message? Did you text me?
Yes, I sent you a message with those eye drops.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Yeah, Travoprost.
Pardon?
Yes, it's called Glaucoprost, but Travoprost is the name of the medication. Okay. And do you want to know if you should use those?
Yes.
Okay. Are you using the eye drops that you got from me?
But that's why I'm calling you now, because my doctor said I should try to find out first if I can use the eye drop along with those eye drops.
Yes, you can use my eye drops along with these eye drops. And after a couple of weeks of using my eye drops, these eye drops you won't really need.
Oh. So can you it's quite high. The point eye drop they told me to get.
I'm sorry, I missed what you were saying.
The foreign eye drop.
Yeah, the foreign eye drop.
Right.
Do you know what your interocular pressure is? Do you know how what the number is? How high your pressure is in the eye?
One, I think one was like 6 in the right eye, and the other one, I think it was over like 13 or something like that. The left eye. The right eye, and the right eye is not so good, but it is the one carrying me. The left eye is blurry.
Okay, but you said the left eye, the pressure was only 13.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a normal pressure.
But they say I had glaucoma in the left eye.
Okay. Yeah. So what you want to use is the 4NI. I'm gonna text you back the drops that you need. Okay.
No problem.
And I'm gonna text you the website again so you know where to get them.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
Let me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You have a good evening.
You too.
Okay. Bye bye.
Remember to text me, please.
What?
Thank you. Remember to text me the information. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm texting you right now.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Man, I can't believe the number of people that are calling me telling me they have hypotony and their doctors aren't telling them. Erica Watts, I love your eye products. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Okay. Liquid Garden. Anything for a detached retina. I know that's a long shot, but thought I'd ask. Yes, yes, yes. And it's not just the eye drops, it's the actions also. I want to know how long you've had a detached retina. If you can chat with me, I just invited you up. I'd love to talk to you about what you've done so far and medically to deal with the detached retina. Heidi Puckett, did you use NAC the same time as DMSO castor oil to get rid of cataracts? No, I only used the DMSO and castor oil. I did not use NAC. Okay. So Liquid Garden, the drops that I would want you to use, there's 2 drops, 4NI and the 4060. I also want you to spend time face down. So every 4 hours, I want you to spend time with your face down, looking at the floor for 10 minutes. We want the retina to actually, if you haven't had like surgery, to actually put the retina with a gas bubble behind it or the oil bubble behind it to push it back in place. You want to put the head down, let it float forward, and then you're going to use the eye drops first, but that's going to help the retina reattach to the proper place.
Okay. It's actually for my father. I'm not sure if he's had that surgery yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't know if he's had the gas bubble or oil bubble?
Yeah, I don't know, but I could find out.
Okay. I would find that out. And then if you don't mind me asking, how old's your father?
75.
Okay. So he absolutely can get some benefit in bringing it back, but he's going to have to actively participate, which means like he can't spend time laying on his back. He can't spend time like moving around too much. We got to get the retina in place and then use the drops to help the eye be healthy enough for it to reattach properly.
Okay. Even if it's been detached for a while?
How long's a while?
Maybe a couple years. They said they couldn't do anything for it, so it's just they haven't taken some type of eye drops, but it's not doing anything.
Well, yeah. So the answer is there's no way to know for sure, but my eyes have amazed me. Like the fact that I can naturally alleviate the cataracts in my eyes, that they just dissolve. And I now don't wear glasses at all. And I started wearing glasses when I was 6 years old. It's huge. Like the eye's ability to recover is amazing, beyond amazing. So I would never say, nah, there's not a shot. But actively participating is going to be a huge catalyst to getting the best possible answer.
Okay.
Okay?
And how about just for bad vision overall?
30/70.
Gotcha.
30/70 all day long.
That's for me.
Yes. 100%. That's what I figured.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. disconnect you. Hey, Sheldon, thank you for that flowers. Thank you so much. Okay. Heidi Puckett, thank you for the compliment. You said thank you, love your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Okay, I am now stationary. Hi, Sheldon. Hi, Debs.
Hey.
Good night. Looks like we have IMAC413. I'm not sure if you answered this or not.
I don't
It
think so.
says macular degeneration here was taking shots of Ivla.
Yeah, yeah.
Can your product benefit me?
Yes. The answer is yes. And the 4 and I is the blend that I believe I said that earlier. I'm not sure. But yeah, 4 and I would be the blend that you would want to use. Hi said, should I still go face down after 1 year since retina detached surgery? So if you had a retinal reattachment, so if they did the gas bubble or oil bubble behind the retina to put it back in place and it's now reattached, there would be no reason to do that. If you still have a detachment, absolutely 100%. Deb, did my orders go out today? Nope, your order's going out tomorrow, Deb. It's going out tomorrow. Okay. We're at the end of the questions. Excellent, excellent. We're at 14,000 likes. Oh, wait. Hi says, what drops do you suggest for me after retina and cataracts? So I would suggest the 4NI, and the 4060 high. 4NI and the 4060. And if you were trying to order the 4060 and it wasn't available on the website, it's now available. My webmaster fixed it, and everything's working properly for the 4060. Sheldon says, did you send out the package today? No, Sheldon, it's going out tomorrow.
I'm not sure you answered your best friend. I have fluids behind the retina and was just diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. My vision's a bit blurry now.
Okay, so I would absolutely do 4NI and the 4060. Those two drops would be significant in that situation because you are diabetic too. Phyllis Walters, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, Derek Wilson, 72. I'm going to let Coco answer you. Coco, what do we have for floaters?
30, 70.
100%.
All day long.
Tom's Denise says the eyelid shot cost over $2,000. Insurance pays, but the copay is $350. Is that insane? It's insane. It only costs $71 to ship a box to New Zealand. But really?
Oh my gosh.
And even that's too expensive.
Right.
Elizabeth, hi, what can I use for an enlarged pupil? So do you have like ocular edema? What's the qualification of an enlarged pupil? And is it just the pupil? Elizabeth, I'm going to invite you up. Drip Lord, thank you for sharing the live.
And we actually have somebody on the panel to chat with you.
Okay. Hi. Who do we have? Oh, that's Deb. Deb's up. Sheldon's up. Okay, user 602-408-9532687. How are you doing? Hello, hello. I think this is the same person that just keeps coming up and saying nothing. Okay. Ah, all right, all right, all right.
Leslie,
Yes.
what are eyelid shots and what are they for?
What? What are what?
Someone asked about eyelid shots.
No, they're actually injections in the eye.
Oh,
So hang on, I gotta send somebody a text with some information. Here we go. All right, everybody's still up there. All of a sudden it got really, really quiet. Okay. All right, I got a text that says, "Hi, good evening from my side. Please, I took your number from TikTok. My dad is almost blind, and I would like to share this medical report with you if something can be done about it." All right. Something has grown on the retina, and he now sees everywhere is dark. Okay. All right, I will look at it. Okay. And we're back. Okay.
okay. So Debbie Grubbs, she stated that vision is extremely blurry up close and now far too. I have very dry eyes. Not sure why. What drops? Also, to add to that, she stated that her interocular pressure is 24.
Okay. So I would absolutely say foreign eye is what you need to deal with the interocular pressure. I need to read the rest of it. Adam 786 says, I have chronic dry eye. Adam, you need the revitalized eye drop ASAP and potentially the 3070 to deal with the causation of the dry eye. Okay, so Debbie grabs 615. Your distance vision, probably your distance vision being blurry is probably a result of the dry eye. So getting those eyes hydrated and moisturized is going to help your vision near and far. The 3070 would be the blend that I would advise you to get to actually sharpen your vision, distance and up close. And I would also recommend sun gazing. So sun gazing for 5 minutes a day, at least 3 days a week. All of that is going to help your eyes immensely, without a doubt, help your vision.
Okay, you did say 3070, and
Yes.
this is for Debbie Grubbs,
Yes.
615?
Yes.
And what was the other product? Did you still say go with the 49?
The Revitalize and the 3070 for
Okay.
Debbie grabs for extremely blurry up close and yeah, the dry eye syndromes.
Got it.
Okay. Elisa P17. What is DMSO that is in the product? DMSO stands for dimethyl sulfoxide. And DMSO is a clear liquid that is derived from the processing of trees to make pulp to make paper. So it's very beneficial in the body. It is also a carrier. So whatever you pair with it, it can carry deep into the body. DMSO has the ability to pass the blood-brain barrier. It is significantly anti-inflammatory. It is anti-bacterial and antifungal and antimicrobial. So it has a lot of benefits, and it's been used for years in the healthcare industry for pain. Not in healthcare, but you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Holistic care for pain management. But it has a lot of other benefits in the body, and it is used in the medical industry to store organs after they're harvested for transplantation. All right, Adam 786. I have chronic dry eye. Revitalize in the 3070. So Revitalize is going to take care of moisturizing, hydrating the eyes, and actually reducing all the symptomology of dry eye. And the 3070 is going to deal with the causation of why you have the dry eye to begin with. Okay, I am located in Central Florida.
Okay, the Wayfarer, he had a quick question.
Come on up. Thank you for the order. Just had another order come in. Go ahead.
Hi there.
Hi.
If you, what's it called? How long does the Revitalize last?
So it's a half-ounce bottle. It'll last you more than 60 days.
So more or less 2 months.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And could you kind of tell us the story? Because I know like it will probably help everyone that's in this live at the moment. Of like because you said you was wearing glasses since 6 years old, and how the products have dramatically improved your vision. Could you just give us like a little explanation of how long it took and stuff like that? There's probably I'm sure you've got posts on your page, but it would be really good just to like I guess it will motivate a lot of people.
Absolutely. So here's the rundown. I'm going to try and do it relatively quickly because it's I can't even see the time on this thing. Oh, there it is. It's 10:16. All right, so we're good. Okay, so at the age of 59, I was full-time caregiver for my mother, and which left me in a situation where I wasn't working like in a full-time kind of gig. So I had this situation where I had really bad eyesight. I'd been wearing glasses ever since I was 6 years old, and my eyes were again, because I hadn't had new glasses in a couple of years, were worse. I couldn't really see as well as I used to, and I was planning a road trip to go visit a friend for a weekend, and I realized that I probably needed to go get new glasses before I embark on this 7-hour road trip, and I went to the optometrist, and I was told that I had cataracts in both eyes. So my left eye was a severe cataract, and I had not done anything significant like close one eye and just look and see what can I see out of this eye. Hadn't done that. So when they closed off my right eye, looking out of my left eye, I was aghast at just how bad the eyesight in that eye was. And my right eye wasn't a whole lot better, but it was a little better, but it wasn't a whole lot better. And I had a moderate cataract in my right eye. So,
How hard is it to actually find an apartment in Vietnam? There's so many apartment complexes in this place called.
okay, that was interesting. It sounds like there's real estate available in Vietnam. Um, but so after I got the diagnosis of cataracts, and I did get a pair of contacts that day with a different prescription. I did take the road trip. I was scared out of my mind the whole time I was driving. I did not drive at night, and I prefer to drive at night. That's just my own personal preference. Um, when I got back, I called the surgery center that I was recommended to. Excuse me. And asked them because I just wanted to know, what am I looking at price wise to deal with these cataracts? And the price I was quoted was $4,800 per eye. Thank you for the order. $4,800 per eye. And that was like the lowest level lens. So if we can get you to the point where you can see more clearly, but you're not going to see a whole lot better, or you can see way better, but it's going to cost you around $10,000 per eye. I couldn't even afford the $4,800, and I couldn't afford the downtime because I was caring for my mom. Um, so I started looking for natural alternatives. I had heard uh, a post by Barbara O'Neill that said that castor oil could break up cataracts in the eye. I started doing research on that. I did research on Meliopanini honey, and I just started trying to figure out, why do cataracts form in the first place? What's happening with this so-called age-related stuff that everybody winds up getting, and we just agree with because we're getting older. So after a couple of weeks of messing around with just castor oil, I realized that was beneficial, but it was going to take way longer than I had time to deal with. Like, I didn't have the time that it was going to take for castor oil on its own to dissolve away the cataracts. And I have a history with this substance called DMSO. My dad was a professional wrestler, and he used to use it on his body for aches and pains, and we used to use it on our horses when I was young. So I knew about it. I actually had some in the house because I used it on my mom. Um, and, the idea came to me one Saturday morning about 4 o'clock in the morning. I had this idea in my head that said, blend the castor oil and the DMSO, which I then did and started using it. And in 2 weeks, my floaters were gone. And I realized I was really on to something. It took 3 months to dissolve the cataract in my right eye completely. It took 13 months for me to figure out how to dissolve the cataract in my left eye completely. And it was quite a severe cataract. Um, Thank you for the order. I have learned a lot since then. I think I know a protocol to use to actually dissolve a severe cataract a lot faster than I knew in the beginning. But in all of this, I've gotten to the point my eyes have restored themselves to the point where I don't need glasses anymore at all. I don't wear glasses for anything, night driving, moving around in the day, reading, whatever it is. I don't wear glasses anymore at all. And I started glasses when I was 6 years old. So it's been a dramatic shift in not only my ability to just use my eyes the way they were meant to be used, but just being able to live my life in a way that's beneficial. I can read menus, I can read books and magazines, and there's nothing that comes to me. I can read street signs. There's just nothing that comes my way as far as my eyesight is concerned that causes me to say, I need assistance with this. I haven't been back to the optometrist. I I I want to go at some point, but I don't want to spend the $300. That's all there is to it.
That's too much. I can't believe they charge £300 for. Is it for just a eye test?
Yeah, because that's all. There's nothing they could do or say that would talk me into using glasses ever again. I will never put them back on my face unless I'm doing like what Dana does and I'm using them as accessories. Like there's no prescription in them. I'm just because I want something on my face. But I would never wear glasses again. I would never recommend another human being wear glasses again. At all.
Even those with really, really bad eyesight.
Well, I would recommend you wear them and use them as long as you need to, but the need to is only going to get progressively worse the longer you use them.
It's true. Every time I go back, they try to increase the prescription.
No, 100%, 100%. I don't blame them because their version of reality is we want you to see as good as possible, as crisp as possible, have as much focus as possible. But by doing that, you are reducing the eye's ability to perform at its natural level.
Absolutely.
And every day you're making it a little worse, a little worse, a little worse, a little worse, until this thing that was supposed to help you is now not a crutch, a wheelchair. You cannot live without it.
Literally.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning. Where are my glasses?
It really is a crutch at the end of the day, and it's probably counterproductive. So if you can get your vision to a decent level, it's probably better just to not use it.
Absolutely. And the same thing with I believe the same thing about hypertension medication, Oh, you've got high blood pressure. Well, everybody has high blood pressure at some point in their lives. Do you have chronic high blood pressure? So if you don't have chronic high blood pressure, do you need medication? Maybe you need a lifestyle change. Maybe you should learn to meditate. Maybe you learn to 4-7-8 breathe. There are things you can do that can really enhance your life and reduce the need to be medicated. Because once you're on these medications for a lot of things, you're on them forever.
It's a way of making money, having a permanent customer.
100%. 100%. I was talking to a lady the other day, and we were just talking in general about glasses, and she loves her contacts. I love my contacts. I can't live without my contacts. I'm like, you're an addict. You are. Your eyes are addicted to those things that help them see, and they don't know they're better off without them. They don't know that yet. So you got to give your eyes time to get reintroduced to the job that they're supposed to do.
If someone has really bad eyesight, like high myopia, like -5 and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
do you think the 3070 can significantly improve that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's really good for myopia as well.
Yes.
And with floaters, generally, probably like a couple of months before you can start seeing results.
So my floaters were gone in 2 weeks. I've had people use the 3070 and their floaters are gone in 3 days.
Wow.
So I've had other people, that it took 2 months. But it's it's about the health of your eyes. It's not, it's not a medication that you can standardize outcomes. Because it's all about how healthy are your eyes. What kind of trauma have your eyes suffered? What other medications are you on? What drugs do you take? All of that lifestyle stuff rolls into how your eyes are going to perform.
I feel like it's maybe not talked about it a lot, but it brings about a lot of stress and anxiety in people's lives when they get these floaters and stuff like that, especially in the beginning. Sometimes you can learn to kind of ignore, but when they do pick up, especially because recently I've noticed it. Initially I had it more in my right eye, and then recently I noticed it in my left eye. So then, of course, my stress and anxiety definitely heightened because of it. And I'm even thinking like I probably should change my job because I'm staring at a computer screen quite a lot. So maybe doing something where I'm not necessarily staring at a computer screen all day as well.
Well, I'm going to put it to you this way. I started using a computer when computers were brand freaking new. I learned how to use a computer on you know punch card machine. So I'm old. I've been staring at a computer screen my literal whole adult life. And I still do it. I'm staring at my phone, I'm staring at my computer, I'm on a computer all the time. My business before this business, I was a software developer. And I still got this good eyes. I'm still here at this stage. So I don't believe that there's I think the problem with things like floaters and cataracts is the belief system that we're told this happens because you're getting older. That is not true. This happens because we're not taking care of our eyes. What else do you do for your eyes every day? Like you brush your teeth every day, wash your face every day, take a shower every day. You put on lotion every day. There are things we do every day for various parts of our body, but our eyes, like we just kind of use them until they're used up.
We do neglect our eyes for sure.
Yes, and I'm in front of the line. I'm not telling anybody, that they're doing something I absolutely didn't do. But I am proof that the recovery of eyesight and eye health is built into the system of the human body. And I'm not the pillar of health or the beacon of anything. You know what I mean? Like if you want to talk about issues, I can get out my book and we can just go through it. I got it. Let's do it. So functionally, if you're vegan and you're healthy and you're height weight proportionate and all of that, if all those things converge together, you can have perfect eyesight. I don't have perfect eyesight, but I have good enough eyesight that it does not bother me to be glasses free all day, every day, and I will never go back. I feel like an alcoholic who said, I'm never having another drink.
Amazing, yeah.
Good for you.
It's really good testimony. I'll let others speak. I know there's 3 other people on the panel and probably there's a few people commenting. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Okay. Who else do we have? All right, let me go through because I know we've had some questions. Coco, are you keeping track of where questions are? I don't know how far back I need to go.
Let's see here. Oh no! I said it would take Obama. 1 second. I have background noise.
No worries. Kay said, do you put DMSO and castor oil on at night only? No. So these 2 ingredients are blended together and you use them as an eye drop. And you're going to drop them morning and evening. Morning and evening, twice a day. And Kay said, oh, put it in the eye. I thought on the eyelid. Thank you. Yeah, no, these drops are blended specifically to actually use as an eye drop. So I've tested them all to make sure that not only are they effective in the eye, but they're also tolerant in the eye. Okay, says, I have trouble seeing small words. How do I know which strength to get and where do I get it? So you're going to get the 3070. The 3070 would be the blend that I would recommend you start with. And you're going to get it on my website. My website is bearcatbody.com. That's BARECATBODY.com. Okay, all right. I need glasses to read. Yeah, I did too. I was wearing 5X readers when I finally got to the point where I knew I had to do something about it. Um, but yeah, you can get rid of those reading glasses if you're wearing reading glasses. If you have bifocals, you can get rid of those too. Trifocals, you can get rid of those too. Start with the 3070 and then just keep moving forward. 3070 will take you a long, long way, without a doubt. Abby Conant, I just heard that floaters are caused by high sugar. Floaters are caused by the drying of the vitreous fluid where the lens of the eye lives. So the lens of the eye lives in this vitreous fluid, and it floats in the vitreous fluid. And what happens, because we don't replenish the fluid in our eyes typically, that fluid starts to dry up. And the vitreous fluid is made up of collagen and hyaluronic acid. The collagen, as it dries, it clumps together, and those clumps form floaters. So whether they are big round clumps or they're lines like spider webs, um, that's just the dry collagen. Castor oil breaks that up in the eye. DMSO gets the castor oil deep enough into the vitreous fluid so that it can break up those clumps of collagen inside the vitreous fluid. And then those little particles of those clumps, after they're broken up, are disposed of and go through the waste system in the eye. And that takes care of that. So floaters are really just about the clumping of the collagen in the dried out vitreous fluid, and using the Revitalize actually replenishes that vitreous fluid, and the 3070 breaks up the floaters so that they can be disposed of out of the eye. Okay, do you still use the drops or do you stop once sight is restored? I will be using these drops for the rest of my life. And the reason why is because I am constantly aging. I am just getting older. And things are not replenishing themselves the way that they did when I was young. Everything is falling down, to say the least. you know, my teeth are fine because I use bentonite clay toothpaste. But because they're fine, I haven't been to a dentist in like 7 years. Um, but because they're fine, I keep using bentonite clay toothpaste because I'm going to keep really good, healthy teeth if I do that. And I'm going to be using these drops for the rest of my life. It is what it is. If you want to have a certain level of health, you have to participate. You know, we're supposed to exercise our whole entire life. So if you want to have really good eyesight, whether you use my drops or something else, something is the necessity, without a doubt. My drops can help you get back to a certain baseline, but then you have to figure out how you're going to stay there.
Leslie,
Yes.
can you talk about what your product can do for a person who has had the cataract surgery and that surgery does cause more problems and some glasses as well?
Yeah, no, I mean there are multiple surgeries that actually cause more floaters and conditions that actually cause floaters to occur. And if you've had cataract surgery, not only are the floaters an issue, so is the scar tissue. Thank you for the sale. Thank you, thank you. And Deb, I know you can speak, prolifically about what scar tissue does for eyesight. Um, and it ain't good. So castor oil has the ability to break up scar tissue. It has the ability to break up the floaters in the eye. And you can use the DMSO and castor oil products that I have, even if you've had LASIK surgery, cataract surgery, um, laser surgery, glaucoma surgery, whatever it is. If you've had interocular lens replacements, it all works with these products. Work with it all, and they provide great benefit.
We have Beef to Beauty Tallow ready to chat with you.
Okay, I'm here.
Kia ora, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm just wondering, would you recommend to use your blends on children with any eye problems?
So I have a blend called 2080. It's 20% DMSO, 80% castor oil, and that was blended specifically for juveniles.
Oh, fantastic. Another question was, and I think you've actually already answered this, but I was wondering if you could just put the blend on top of the eyelid to maintain your eyesight, or it actually does have to go in the eye?
So this is something I don't know because I don't use it topically. I would imagine once you get the level of results that you want, that you could use it topically and probably maintain for whatever period of time. It depends on what the issue was that you were resolving to begin with, what you were restoring from. So if you have like severe glaucoma, I think you're probably going to have to use it as an eye drop for the rest of your life. If you have like uveitis, you're probably going to need to use it as an eye drop. If you have floaters, yeah, you could probably use it as an eye drop until the floaters are gone, and then use it topically. So I think that would be a case by case basis.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing all your information. You are amazing.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
I'm not for sure if you responded to this. Abby stated, I just heard that floaters are caused by high sugar, not just diabetes, but insulin resistance.
Yeah,
That was more than a question.
that's not the case. I just went through that. The floaters are about the clumping of the collagen in the vitreous fluid. So the vitreous fluid dries out as we age, and then the clumping of the collagen is what causes the floaters. And the castor oil can break the floaters back up so that they can be disposed of, in the waste system in the eye. It might be that sugar may be the cause of the drying of the vitreous fluid, but then that wouldn't be reasonable for people in other areas of the world that wind up with floaters that don't have the same eating habits that we have in the United States. So this is what I know to be true from all of the research that I've done. So I don't know of any evidence that qualifies that sugar or insulin resistance is the cause of floaters. There are people that are not insulin resistant that have floaters.
We have a message from GT. They stated floating black line.
So that's a floater. That's a floater. And they don't come in one size. Floaters, we typically think of them as, little round dots or spots that we see in our eyes, but they can be lines, they can look like cobwebs. You can have what are called ghost floaters, where there's actually a shape, an outline of a shape, and then nothing in the center. So it looks like, what is this weird amoeba floating around in my eye? um, there are all kinds of shapes the way that the floaters actually form, but they're floaters. If you blink and they move, it's a floater.
We have a question from Stig, Stigg. I wear 2.0 readers and see black spider webs.
Okay, the black spider webs are the floaters. I used to wear 5.0 readers. So for you and for GT, the 3070 blend is the blend. That is the blend that you want, without a doubt.
Dean Bolin asks, do you recommend also splashing water in your eyes as well as the DMSO and Castor?
Say that again?
Do you recommend also splashing water in your eyes as well as the DMSO and Castor?
No, I don't. I recommend using the Revitalize. I don't recommend splashing water in your eyes because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to hydrate anything. It's not going to remove anything. It's not going to be beneficial, heal anything, or anything like that. So there's nothing that I know of that's beneficial with just putting water in your eyes.
Shave asked, anything for retinal detachment?
Yes. So I would want to know how long you've had the retinal detachment, if you've had any surgery to repair the detachment, and are you on any medication since the detachment? So Kay said, my friend had a retinal surgery about a year ago and still has the oil in his eye a year later because he had to return to the country he is from, supposed to remove it soon. Can it help him? Absolutely. Absolutely. In more than one way. So once they remove the oil, the retina can still detach again. There's no qualification for is it completely reattached 100%. So if there is a little tear, then you could absolutely have another detachment. And the foreign eye blend is the blend I recommend for people with a retinal detachment. And you may need the 4060 also, but I would stick with the foreign eye for a period of time and see how the sight actually starts to recover, and then go from there. So GT says, where can I think this is, what can I buy for floating lines to break up? The 3070 blend, GT, 3070, 3070, that's the blend that you want. If you've got floaters, 3070 is a game changer.
Okay, looks like we might be caught up except for, I see that Shav is responding. Let's see. The original question was anything for retinal detachment. Then they responded, my mother just discovered it. No, she is not. No surgery.
Okay.
She says she is glancing. The plan is to take her to a surgeon.
Okay.
Didn't hear what you said, sorry.
So the foreign eye blend is the blend I would recommend. Here's the other thing. You want your mother to actually get heads down. So face the floor, look at the floor. You want the retina to float forward in the eye so that it can be in the place it needs to be to reattach. She shouldn't sleep on her back at all. She should sleep on the side of the eye that had the detachment. She should spend time with a patch over the eye with the retinal detachment, because seeing means you're moving your eye constantly. Your retina is detached, so it's not moving with your eye, and it's not going to be where it needs to be to reattach consistently. So patch the eye so it's not moving around, and then look at the floor. Get that retina moved. Let gravity be your friend. Let that retina get moved into the right place. And if it can reattach, then it will. The foreign eye blend is the blend that I would recommend. And if she goes to a surgeon and has surgery, they're going to place either a gas bubble or a oil bubble. I recommend the oil bubble over the gas bubble to keep the retina in place. You still want to use the foreign eye drops, because even though the retina is placed properly, it is not attached yet. So you want to consistently use the foreign eye drops to keep the eye health in, moving in a forward direction so that the reattachment can occur.
Okay, Dean Boland asks any tips for common eye redness?
So I would just use more than likely it's dry eye. So I would use the revitalized eye drops. I'd use them 5 to 6 times a day for as many days as you feel necessary until you start to see change in the redness in the eye and the way the eye feels.
Joyful One asks, what is the benefit of the 40-60 blend?
The 40-60 blend is a companion blend for the 30-70 and the foreign eye. So the 40-60 is the highest level of DMSO that I recommend to put in the eye. And what it does, it has more power to it to deal with inflammation in the eye. And so when you're dealing with things like glaucoma with an interocular pressure of 33 or above, you got to get that pressure down. The 40-60 in companion with the foreign eye is restorative in the eye, and the 40-60 is the thing that's going to get the inflammation to just flush and then stay that way. So it's not meant for long-term daily use. It's meant to be that strong hit in the eye system that flushes all the inflammation out.
Okay, you have a question from Teresa Kevin Scott. I have chronic dry eyes and plugs. This helps, but by the end of the day, eyes burn so bad. Take drops.
Okay.
Question or a statement?
Yeah, you need Teresa, you need the Revitalize and you need the 30-70. And you need to get those plugs out of your eyes. So take the 30-70 and the Revitalize, you'll need a couple of weeks to get the eyes moisturized and hydrated. That will help start the natural flow of the aqueous humor. Once that starts, those plugs are not serving you. You want to get them out so that you can maintain the hydration in the eye and allow it to come back to its normal process. Okay. Kay says, I'm so excited to try your products. I'm excited for you too. I am. Shav says, thanks.
Question, Leslie.
Yes.
I have a plug in my left eye, the one where I have the word vision. So would you recommend that I get the plug taken out?
Well, are you using the drops? Are you using the drops regularly now?
Mainly my hydration drops, because I'm waiting for my 492 to come, because what I had, I think the shelf life was.
Yeah, no, it went bad. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. But until you're using the drops regularly, I don't recommend that you make any changes until you're, active on the drops on a regular basis. Okay.
I mean, with the plug in my left eye, I still use my hydration drops on a regular basis.
The hydration, it's adding hydration. It's not dealing with the causation of why you needed the plug to begin with. Thank you for the sale.
Well, one last question here. With the plug that was in the right eye, they could never replace it because they said that the anatomy had changed.
Yes.
And so they could never get a plug to stay in there. Not even the smallest one, or the real small one. So I don't have a plug in the right eye at all. They can't get one to stay in.
Well, that's good.
Why does the anatomy cause that to change when it can't do it?
Because your eye shrinks as it gets dry.
Oh.
So you've had severe dry eye, and it's just that those glands in the ducts shrink up.
Okay, we have a question from Zaya Ling. Any aid for peripheral vision loss?
So yes, what is the causation or what the diagnosis for the peripheral vision loss? I mean, peripheral vision loss isn't something that's idiopathic. It has a cause. Shav says, "Where do I get it though?" And you're going to get my eye drops on my website at bearcatbody.com. It's BARECATBODY.com. Joyful One, how often should I use the 30/70 formula? Twice a day. So morning and evening is what I recommend, twice a day. GT, can I get an email with info? Absolutely. Absolutely. So do you want an email? Do you want a text? You can call me. If you can go on my website, and on the website it says contact us. You can email me there, and I will get back to you without a doubt.
I'm not for sure. They may not be seeing my comment. I posted the website several times, but it is fairly blurry at the top of the screen. So again, GT, it is bearcatbody.com. If you click shop and then click on eye care, that will take you to the products that you need.
100%. And this image doesn't have the website on it. It just says dry eye at the top and then the phone number.
Oh, actually, no. I see it in the middle. It's just that it's very hazy.
Oh, it is in there? Oh, it is in there. Oh, it is.
Okay, I missed one. Let's see.
From Felon to God's Child, what is a plug? So basically, it is a tube that they use to open the duct of the eye and keep it constantly open.
Okay, Shonda asked, what helps chronic dry eye from LASIK vision correction surgery?
Say that again.
What helps chronic dry eye from LASIK vision correction surgery?
Okay. Yeah, no, that's going to be the Revitalize and potentially the 30/70. So, because the 30/70 is going to be corrective in the eye, but the Revitalize is going to rehydrate and moisturize the eyes and, just get rid of the dry eye.
Okay. So Teresa stated that she was taking revitalizing and ketogenic drops. Teresa is the one, let's see here. Go back up. She has the chronic dry eye plugs, and by the end of the day, her eyes are burning so bad.
Okay.
So those are the drops that she's currently taking.
I don't know what ketogenic drops are. That's interesting. I'd love to know the brand of that. I don't know that just the word ketogenic doesn't make sense to me with an eye drop. But my revitalized drops would be very helpful where dry eye is concerned, without a doubt. So, and I do have another eye drop that's new. That's called Luster Elixir. That contains lutein and colloidal silver.
Okay, PHHD Designs asked, would warm compression work for clogged eye glands?
No, it'll make them feel better, but that's about it.
Zaya Ling is following up stating, pituitary brain tumor. It was pressing on my optic nerves. but doctors say I can't get my vision back.
Okay. I don't know if that's 100% true. I would definitely put you on the foreign eye and the 4060, um, and the revitalize, without a doubt. Well, revitalize is kind of obvious to deal with the dry eye, but the foreign eye and the 4060 are strong enough to actually be effective all the way to the optic nerve. And if you've got a tumor, there's no way to know if there's going to be any benefit. But castor oil has the ability to break up as what is her name now? Her name just left me. Anyway, lumps, bumps, adhesions, tumors, growths, in the body. So I would say I would absolutely try both of those drops, the foreign eye and the 4060, and that potentiality to actually reduce inflammation and break up um, that tumor, at least to the point where the optic nerve has some freedom. uh, I would say it's available. I don't know, can't say for sure that that would happen, but at least it has the ability to get deep enough into the eye system to provide that type of benefit.
Chandra stated, my vision is -8 in both eyes.
Ooh,
I have dry eyes and I also wear contacts. What do you recommend?
I would recommend that you would get on the Revitalize and the 3070 ASAP. All right,
Let's see.
I got this.
Okay, so Teresa Scott was stating that the revitalizing and ketogenic
Yeah,
drops, she said, sorry, is
yeah, Tormatine. Yeah, yeah, Tormatine ophthalmic solution.
That.
Okay, so I'm asking ChatGPT, what are the active ingredients and how does it benefit the eye for that ophthalmic solution? So this says, okay, trom- tromethamine, commonly referred to as tris, is sometimes used in medical settings as a buffering agent to stabilize pH in ophthalmology. Uh, tromethamine Tromethamine might be included in solutions to stabilize the pH of the product, provide comfort, and reduce irritation when applied to the eye. The potential benefits for eye health: if the product involves these types of compounds, the possible benefits are reducing inflammation, improving tear film stability, protecting against oxidative stress. Ketones and some buffers may have antioxidant effects, potentially helping in conditions like cataracts or macular degeneration. So it also says this is a proprietary or experimental product, or if you have more details intended to use on other known ingredients, they can refine the explanation. Hang on a second. Some eye care products utilize compounds that mimic the benefits of ketosis, um, ketone esters, or ketone bodies for their potential anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. So the thing I can say is that castor oil and DMSO are anti-inflammatory, and they also are very assistive with oxidative stress. They are and they also there's antioxidants. So there's yeah. I would I would go with a more natural approach to uh, to just eye health and eyesight restoration. It just these the medications are mimicking things that the body naturally does in certain scenarios, but how, that we don't know how effective they actually are, um, because ketones are created when you're in ketosis, and ketosis is when you're fasting. And if you're not fasting, how do those things operate in the body when the body isn't fasting, but you're making it believe something is happening that isn't happening? It just amazes me. All
Okay,
right.
so we have a question from Miss T22. She states, what products would you suggest for allergies in the eye? Hay fever. Thanks.
I would suggest the Revitalize and or the uh, Luster Elixir. Either one of those two eye drops would be very beneficial in that situation.
And I would love to add to that. I've been using the Revitalize and the 3070 drops. I've also been applying externally to the areas of my nasal areas, the 3070, and it's really been helping.
3070 is a game changer.
Yes.
It's beneficial in the ears. It's beneficial in the eyes. It's beneficial on the skin. Like it's just beneficial. It just really good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so she also added Miss T22 because I asked were there any other eye issues, and she said yes, but Leslie suggested 2 weeks ago for an eye. I bought those items.
Okay. Excellent. So Kiki Ogletree 7 says, what would help with dry eye? Absolutely the Revitalize. Absolutely. 100% hands down. Teresa Kivett Scott says, okay, thank you. Want to know more about your products? I'd love to tell you more. Thank you for the sale. You can go to my website, bearcatbody.com. It's BARECATBODY.com. And you can learn a lot there on the website. And if you want to know more, you can take my phone number. It's right above my head. And you can call me, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it. And believe it or not, tonight's been a good run. It's been phenomenal. It's 11:07, and I had no idea what time it was.
We was rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling. And thank you guys for keeping us, active. This was an interactive live. It was so much fun. I really.
What's going on tonight?
No, 100%. 100%. Tonight was the night. I appreciate it without a doubt.
We didn't make 40, but we did get up to 31K.
That's
76
phenomenal.
people in the group, and we had 31 shares.
That's phenomenal. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
I think we have 2 more questions.
Let's do it.
Deb asked, I've been using the 3070 on the bump on my right eye. Should it itch?
Yes. Yes. That is the DMSO doing its job, man. It should itch, without a doubt. It shouldn't itch for long, and you can either just put pressure on it, just press on it, pat it, just don't scratch it.
Rebecca asked, I was diagnosed with glaucoma. My current pressure at 16, and give me drop to bring pressure down, I thought.
So, hang on again. Say that again. Was diagnosed with glaucoma. My current pressure is 16. Excellent. And give me a drop to bring pressure down, I thought. So, the doctor gave you a drop to bring your pressure down? Because 16, can she come up? I'm not really understanding 100% of what she's asking.
Let's see if she's on the list. I'm not showing her, so she would need to. Oh, there we go. I'm sending the invite right now.
Okay.
And while we're waiting for her to come up and give us more information, let's see. And now want to do procedure for laser.
Yeah.
My pressure was 16.
Yeah, no, your pressure at 16 is not too high. That is, I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. So it's not above 20. 10 to 20 is normal pressure. I wouldn't do laser at that stage if 16 is where you are. Maria Lopez 76383, how can you help lazy eye? So if you've got lazy eye, it's a convergence issue, it's a muscular issue in the eye. What you want to do is actually patch your strong eye and let the weak eye catch up and learn how to be active. Get those muscles stronger in the eye. You can do convergence exercises. You can find them on YouTube for free. They're easy to do and they're very effective. You can also sun gaze, which is very beneficial for people that have lazy eye. So those are the things that I would recommend, right off the bat. I would also get the 3070 blend, and you'll get the Revitalize for free when you buy the 3070. 3070 is going to increase the eye health as well as the eyesight and really help the eye get back to its more normalized state. Miss T22 says, I forgot you're not in Colorado. It's 9:08. I love that. I love that.
And I'm sitting at 10:08.
Okay. We're across the board. It's unbelievable. Thank you. Yes, we got this. Let's, the Eastern time zone people. We gotta stick together.
Okay, GT stated I already ordered the blend 3070. Thank you. So I have one drop before bed and early morning.
Yes.
All righty. I think we have all the questions answered. Did we completely get Rebecca?
I don't think we got Rebecca completely addressed, but Rebecca, don't run to the laser surgery. I would love to talk to you. Take my phone number down. Give me a call. I'll be on live again tomorrow night, starting at 8:30 Eastern time. You don't want to. Your pressure isn't high enough at this point that you want to do something more to deal with the pressure. Let's do something natural first, and then worry about it. If you're on medication, and medication is why your pressure is currently at 16, and you want to get it lower, then the drop that I would recommend to you is for an eye. If you're not on medication, the drop I'd recommend is 3070. And I would also, if you're using 3070, I'd recommend you use it 3 times a day for 2 weeks, and then drop to twice a day. and that will normalize your eye pressure, and you'll be good to go. So definitely get in touch with me before you agree to laser surgery.
Leslie, how can you have glaucoma with the eye pressure of 16?
Because you're on medication and it's, reporting at 16, even though you've got inflammation in the eye.
Oh, the medication got it down up to 16.
Yeah. That to me would be what it is. But I've talked to people that have been told they're diagnosed with glaucoma with a pressure of 15 and 16.
So that is possible.
It's to me, it's not possible. I mean, I'm not their eye doctor. I don't know what their eye doctor believes is true, but based on everything I know, glaucoma is an inflammation in the eye with the combination is degradation in the optic nerve. So you've had a degeneration of the optic nerve and you have inflammation in the eye.
So my last question, I know you have to know. My 37 that I've been using on my thumb, and I think you can see a pretty good picture of it when I send you a picture of my eyes.
Yeah.
So my shelf life for my 37 should be still good.
No, the shelf life for the 3070 is a year. The DMSO and the castor oil don't have any kind of degradation over time. The 4NI and 4NI2 include a water in the blend because there's a saline solution in it and there's hyaluronic acid in it.
Oh, okay.
So that's just, anything with water in it has the potentiality to degrade over time.
My order will go out tomorrow, and I'll the other version of the hydrating eye drop.
Yes, I sent you the luster. Or I'll send you the luster. Yeah. It's on the order that I created for you.
All right, Ms. Leslie, we are at 11:15.
All right.
We have 34.9 likes. I don't know if you want to go ahead and hit this 40. We don't have any particular questions right now, but we can tap away for you real quick if you like.
Everybody can tap away till I close it out. I just wanted to say to Maria Lopez 76383, Coco did a great job, but sun gaze, not sun glaze. I just want to make sure.
I was talking too fast. I actually typed that one out. Girl, you know I ain't got my glasses on. I was trying to hurry up.
That's okay.
I was trying to add it to my little note thing as well. So yeah, girl, I need to.
No, that's okay. It's just you never know who's reading all of these, and I don't want anybody to think that there's some new thing that they've not heard of, that's sun glazing.
I guess I was thinking of a donut. I don't know.
That's not true. Come on. Let a typo be a typo.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. So Maria Lopez said, "LOL. My doctor told me the opposite: to cover the bad eye and not to use the YouTube."
Okay. Well. Okay. I disagree with that 100% because if you cover the bad eye, it's at rest. The problem is that eye isn't as strong as the other eye. And what you want to do is cover the good eye and let the bad eye or the weak eye actually have more time doing the job that it's meant to do. Because your strong eye is carrying the weak eye. You want the weak eye to work a little harder.
Murray said, "I agree with you, Leslie. It makes sense."
Thank you. Thank you.
Guess what? We're at 40.4.
Oh! We have a winner. We have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hello, hello, hello. Dude, I'm trying to hit this cheer button. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. I certainly do.
And we got all the questions answered. And we just have one statement. Always be cute said, I have the same issues as you had, Leslie.
There you go. And yeah, I solved them all. Solved them all. It's.
And we're gonna end this live at 41.7 unless y'all want to keep it's going up some more. All right, then well, let me
Woo!
statement. Make sure you're here Monday through Friday. Leslie goes live every day during the week except for Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
You can reach her at her direct number if you were not able to get your question answered, or you want to talk to her specifically. The number's at the top. Also, if you forget to take down this number before the live goes off, you can go to the website. Her direct number is there.
Yes.
Also, you can purchase products at bearcatbody.com. Oh, and not only eye drops, there is items that you can purchase for pain care, also for facials, and she will be adding, the Bentay clay.
Bentonite clay, yep.
On there, the exfoliator is on there, and she's going to be adding, or re-adding, I should say, the toothpaste formula.
Yep.
To the website on Friday.
Toothpaste is coming back. Actually, I'm not going to do it until Sunday, but
Sunday, so y'all see it next week.
100%. Next week, toothpaste will be back without a doubt. And it's a great toothpaste, too. If you have young people in your life, get them off that crest. Get them on some quality toothpaste. I have not been to a dentist in 7 years because I have no need to go.
Yes, and it also tells you, if you look at the coating on your toothpaste, those at the bottom of the tube, there is a color coding for a reason. I think blue being the worst or red being the worst, they're both bad.
100%. 100%.
And Mama Dear's fine. No, she's only live Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, yeah. I take the weekends off to make product and sleep.
Yes. So I think that's it. We're close.
That's it. We're close.
Oh, we're about to get 46.
Woo! All right. But I'm not going to hang out because it's just going to keep going up, and I'm going to be like, here, it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning.
You'll be staying on here
by yourself. Coco is like, you can stay here as long as you want. Enjoy that. Okay. Thank you, Coco, so much. Sheldon, thanks for being here. Deb, thanks for coming up. I will see you guys all tomorrow night, unless I talk to you tomorrow during the day. I love you guys all. Hello. Hello. We're in like Flynn. I love it. You guys have a great night. Love you guys.
You do the same.
Bye. 2 cents. Yay. All right. YouTube, I am done. I'm out. Have a nice night. I got 1 like and 1 person.